Hello and welcome back to Chilicast, a podcast session from Chili Sauce to our sauces. In this episode, we're going to talk about racism in Malaysia and yourself. Today's episode, we have D.
Hello.
We have Uihua.
Hello.
And Rubee.
Hello.
So, do you guys call yourself a good Malaysian, a good diversity Malaysian?
Yeah, I like to say so.
Yeah.
Very good lah.
Maybe.
You mean Malaysia Day?
Sorry?
Malaysia Day celebration, you mean?
No, are you guys a good Malaysian that doesn't do any racist joke and not a racist person?
That now that you say it that way,
I am not racist, but I like my racist jokes.
Okay.
yeah, I think maybe, people don't open up about this, but I think we got to be open and be transparent that actually we make racist joke, but depends on who you making to, and make sure it's within the context that can understand and it don't go out where it can turn up sensitive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to make a racist joke to somebody that I don't know lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also follow another rule, 60-40 rule.
Which means?
40% I can make racist jokes about other races, but 60% must be my own race.
Fair enough.
Okay, if that's your ratio, my ratio
100%.
my ratio is 80-20, man. But I always put up message when I make fun of my
Your race?
Yeah.
So, which means the joke is relatable to you lah.
Yeah. I mean like my personal thingy lah kan. Also I make fun, but as long as like I say lah, you know your intention is correct. You make fun is okay, but don't make it
Don't hurt people's
offensive
sentiments.
joke. Yeah, don't make it offensive joke lah. If it turn out offensive, we apologize.
Then people be sensitive lah. Just say sorry if you're sensitive.
Yeah.
So before we go into the questions, we're gonna have a little bit of quiz about Malaysians. Did you guys call yourself a multicultural person?
In a way, yeah.
You mean where we are or ourselves?
Yourself.
I think maybe yes. If you're asking about like, do I also practice other ethnic punya stuff? Yes, I do.
Wow.
I mean, we eat their food also,
Yeah.
right? So we
Yeah,
all are
exactly.
multiracial in a way.
Other than eating?
Other than eating, I date other races. So okay, so I think yes, multiracial lah.
Okay. So, name me the main races in Malaysia while pointing at them.
The main races in Malaysia while pointing at them. India.
Racist.
India, Melayu, China.
And then this one is white.
This one is this one got a lot lah.
Orang asal.
Kadazan, can be this one, Dayak, anything.
No, ni Singaporean.
Oh, Singaporean. Oh, actually yeah.
Wow, this is the most racist. How dare you?
Oh, we're talking about outside of Malaysia now.
Okay, sorry. Okay, the next question is: have you guys ever encountered any racism situation before, and how does it impact you guys? For me, I just tell about myself first. There's one situation where I've been through, which is kita orang pergi holiday lah with my family, and then we go into this one lift lah to go back to our hotel or to the mall. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Lift, is it?
Lift.
Oh.
Okay. And then when we get inside, and there's a can I say the racist? Just say lah kan.
Can lah.
I think should be okay.
Yeah, I mean,
They were racist, man. Don't care.
Yeah.
Expose them.
So there's a Chinese groups enter the lift also, and then we just doing our thing. And I mean, is in a lift. What's the most commonly thing that we do? Being silent lah.
Oh, ataupun.
Okay, then we being silent, and then the Chinese group because during that time we have that our brother's friend, which is Chinese, which is he dated before, and then the Chinese, I think the Chinese yang baru masuk tu thought that yang girlfriend abang itu is just a journey person lah yang baru masuk lift, and then they talk bad about us lah, and then after diorang keluar, and then my brother's girlfriend said that they talk bad about you guys. So it's really shocked us. For me, that's the first time. Maksudnya kecil lagi lah, I baru encounter benda tu first time. And then that thing membuatkan I have that stereotypes if other races suddenly talk and in their mother's language and then look at us and then I just feel like mesti tengah kutuk aku ni. So yeah, that's how racist punya experience impact me lah.
But what did he say? What did he say?
I don't remember actually.
But that your brother's girlfriend did translate lah.
Yeah, actually yeah.
So it's more like it makes you mistrust lah. That the next time you're in the situation where you're hearing someone say something about in a language that you don't understand, you think that they're talking about you lah.
Yeah, actually yeah. How about you guys?
My own I put aside for later, but in your situation, right, what I can say is that it's very common for Chinese people to assume that other races don't understand their language and they will kutuk one. So
Even now?
okay, so for me, right, every time I go out with my grandmother, right, I'm prepared to pay for the table next to me if they are of another race because my grandmother will just say things one. And I think it's, I don't know, maybe it's just like an older mentality where they assume that, if they're not Chinese, they will not understand Chinese. So I'm always prepared to like, sorry, let me pay for your meal. She's old lah, you know.
I understand.
So I don't know if younger people nowadays are still like that lah, but yes, I would say for the older generation it is very common.
But if they know that you can speak in Mandarin, would there be any perception changes in them? Like, you are a Malay or you are a Chinese, but then you can speak. Wow, you are one of us now. I don't know.
For older people, no. My girlfriend can speak Mandarin, but to my grandmother, it's
Just another Malay lah.
yeah, correct, just another Malay lah. So it's like no, I mean quite honestly, it's like they don't look past that lah. But older generation lah, I'm hoping younger people are better lah.
Just to not put your grandma in spotlight, I mean we can't change that the older generation, but do you know like why because I feel like these racist people, like they have like one incident or something that make them believe in that sort of ideology, right? Do you know why for your grandma?
I think it's just how they were brought up. I mean, I don't know if you want to cut this out or what lah, but like even my mom used to tell me, because my grandparents used to own a shop in Kampa way back in the day, right? They had separate prices for separate races, man.
Wow.
So that kind of blew my mind a bit, because it was like Malays are very, they're very like simple lah. So you just charge the one the highest. And then Chinese are the ones that were, what do you call that? They were kira the money. So that one you charge the lowest. I don't think she ever said anything about Indians, but maybe because that time the town had no Indians. Yeah.
Or maybe we will find out if I jumpa you one.
Go meet her now.
Yeah, but also I think just to say this out lah, I mean I think we all got to agree that the older generation, we can't change it anymore already.
Yeah.
They are not the future of the nation, but it's all going to start from us lah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Break the cycle lah.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm saying this not to like make the older generation look bad, but it's more of like, these are the things that you don't want to carry to the next generation lah.
Yes. Okay. So your encounter?
Your experience?
Actually, in Malaysia, right, I never really encountered a lot of it. Maybe if anything, I just didn't notice it, or they're very like micro. I think what's that word that they like to use on Instagram now? Microaggressions. Or whatever lah.
Wow, you was on Instagram now.
I am on Instagram. I started last year. I am now with everyone, yo. Okay. But I think because I spent a few years in the States, right? I've had actually people, when I speak to them, they would actually talk to me like, "Hi, nice to meet you. What can I do for you today?"
On purpose or
No.
fun or?
No. They genuinely think that if you look different, right, you cannot speak English. So they would make they would actually speak slower and everything. And then, I was kind of like, because I was near a lot of very small towns, so in a lot of instances when I traveled there, I would be the only Asian person there. Probably the first Asian that they would have seen. No, I'm not joking.
Alien.
I'm not joking. No, okay. So my housemate was from a small town, and he had some friends come by, and there was a guy who was genuinely scared of Asian people because he was the best in math in his school. So these are all young people lah. And he was always afraid of Asians because the Asians were better at math than him. My math is horrible.
You're a writer, you're not a mathematician.
Yeah. So it's a lot of these things where then, later on I kind of realized it's because they have never met other races before, and it comes from that lah. It's kind of this inclusion clause. So in the US, right, of a different race, of a minority race, if the place decides to let you go from your job, right, they can get sued. So it came to a situation where they had to let go because it was two of us, we were the two newest people. One was me, of course, and another one was a white guy who was a lot more experienced, and they let the white guy go. And I'm like, I don't feel good about it. Because it's like, obviously he was the one who could have done the better job, but they kept me for no other reason other than my race or my skin color or whatever you want to put it lah. So for me, it's like, in a way, it's like they didn't keep me for any other reason other than race. Like, not for any work that I could do, not for any potential that I could have had, but just because they didn't want to get sued and they had to be racially inclusive. Yes, thank you. Inclusivity. Huh?
Do you think if you go there back, they will talk to you like that again?
America is very big, so I think in smaller towns, yes, I think it was to happen.
Understand.
Yeah, I mean, the town that I was in had 60 people.
Like Perlis lah.
Huh? Hey, no. Excuse me. I have been to Perlis, and I can tell you Perlis has at least 66 people.
Okay.
At least at police, you don't have people to come and talk to you like, Makcik, hari ni.
Racist to Perlisian.
But that sounded like a sloth,
Exactly. Nak pergi tengok sawah padi.
How about you, Rubee?
Okay, for me, racism, I wouldn't say I faced it from other races, but it happened within my own race. Why are you looking at me like that?
No, at this point I'm thinking, is it called racism? Because it happened in their own race. Internal racism, I don't know how you call it.
Own racism lah. Own racism.
Reason being is I grew up in a very small town, rural considered,
Also 60
and I was
people?
the only English-speaking Tamil person in my school. So it
Tamil
was
school, is it?
in SK school.
Oh, okay.
So the Indians there, they always spoke in Tamil. So I was like that weirdo who doesn't know how to speak the language. So I was always like an outcast. So my friends were mostly Malays, and I had an Iban friend. So it was her. So yeah, it was. I think I faced most of my racism based on my own race. Maybe I look different because I don't look Indian enough.
Oh, but that's because your choice of language was English primarily lah.
No, because growing up I've always been speaking in English. My parents don't speak in Tamil. I only started speaking Tamil at the age of 12. And then I picked up reading and writing Tamil on my own initiative. So yeah, eventually then a bit lah, people started accepting me.
Just one thing. So, is there like a huge difference how people treat you before you can speak Tamil and after you can speak
It's
Tamil?
like I was very afraid to speak in Tamil until I was out working. So as long as I was in college and school, the fear is there because when you mispronounce a word in Tamil especially, it gives a very, very different meaning. So it's like, I'm very afraid. But you know when sometimes you get damn annoyed when somebody just speaks behind your back and then you just turn around and like kasar them back again. That felt very good lah. Like, okay, at least when I'm angry, mother tongue helps me. But you asked me to have a decent conversation until I was 18. Nah.
You did?
Nah.
Oh,
He looks
everybody
at me
look-
like he's judging me. It's all racist.
No, I mean,
Oh, racism.
Microaggressions.
because I grew up like something like her also. Until I think, but I'm opposite of her. I can't speak English until I go Form 1. Like I mean can't. I don't speak.
So
I don't want to speak. I can't speak.
So before that, you don't speak anything like just
If I meet another Indian friend, I will say hi and I will run away. Seriously, because they don't speak Tamil because I was you know, of course my family speak in Tamil so I grew up speaking Tamil as my main language, and then it's actually Malay because a lot of Malay friends there. But I actually didn't came across any sort of racism, because like I say, I think the fundamental of me growing, right, is actually with Malays. That's why I know a lot of about their culture and stuff like that. But racism means I've heard stories of people telling me, but so far I never encountered it for like myself lah. Towards people that I know, yes, but there's just stories, so I don't know whether it's true or not. Of course, that person say it full of feelings lah, but then you're not there, so you don't know. But they are. This one I got to agree. When I was in production, right, I couldn't go to some of the projects because I cannot speak Mandarin. They didn't reject me. But there were ones that my friends say. He's a very close friend of mine. He's a Chinese guy. He's a very close friend of mine. He told me that it's not because you cannot join, bro. It's up to you, but you're gonna have a tough time because they all speak in Mandarin. They cannot really speak English well or Bahasa well. So there are chances that I miss because I can't speak Mandarin lah. But they didn't like be racist towards me. It's just that you miss chances. And this is like good chances lah.
But I guess that's probably nothing to do with race more
Yup.
than language lah. Because like for me, my BM is not good enough to write or anything, right? So I cannot take on a lot of BM writing jobs also, because it's going to sound like some form for baku
Maybe something
kerangan
worse.
lah.
The next question is, have you ever witnessed racism towards someone else, and how did you respond or support the person affected?
Excuse me?
By experience,
What do you mean?
I'm still thinking.
Okay, for my own experience, we have that one time, me and my best friends, we have six people, including me.
You have a lot of best friends.
Lucky
lah.
Very nice.
I got one.
Okay, so we on the same car. My one friend got like unknown call lah, from nowhere, unknown number, and then the person yang call tu is a I think old Chinese lady, and then she start calling and then said hello and yada yada, maybe asking in Mandarin lah kan, which is my friend don't understand, and then he just reply, "Wah, ching chong ching chong ching chong ching chong." So I be like, I'm very shocked because I never know that my friend would do that to someone that he doesn't know and make mistake by calling him, and I be like, wow, kawan aku macam ni eh. And then until then, from that time until now, I have this I dah tengok dia dengan pandangan yang lain lah. I dah tak, he's not my best friend anymore lah.
So now you got 5 best friends.
Because I'm very shocked lah during that time.
Before
Disappointed gila.
when you go into the car, you got 6 best friends. When you come out from the car, you got 5 best friends.
Or more like I have 6 bestest friends and then one is now only best friend.
Only friend.
Turun a bit.
Only friend.
So you cannot call that car your car one bike.
Kaya. Nice pun. Yeah, so during that time I don't say anything because I'm very shocked, and I know if we like tegur someone that racist, and during that time he not gonna change, maybe they will be changed by time, but not drastically lah, I think. So during that time I just being silent and shocked, And then just but I'm very disappointed to see my best friend is like that lah.
Basically, you thought it's offensive lah, rude.
Yeah, to say someone that mistakenly call you and then said ching chong to them, like, you know. It's okay. Let's say you call someone mistakenly and then the Malay answer, and you thought it's your friend like that, and then you just speak Tamil, and then the guy said, ding, 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 ding.
But I wasn't offended by it because that's like Hindi Punjabi, so it doesn't have anything to do with me. So I'll be like, okay.
Something like that lah. How about you guys? I mean, you guys punya friend ke pernah they told you guys anything?
Okay, I'll go first. You know how they have this slur word for Indians that starts with a K? So it's actually, till date, I don't understand why we are very sensitive about it. So happened that this was when I was, I think, in Form 5, I guess. Form 4, Form 5, around that time. My teacher actually used that word on my friend. Wow. And she got offended. And after school, she was like, how can the teacher do this? I'm going to bring my parents, blah, blah, blah. So I asked her only one question. Does the word define who you are as a person? No, right? Then why are you taking it to your heart? You bring your parents, you're kind of showing her that she has power over you. If you one person stop reacting, the next person is going to follow, maybe they'll follow in your footstep and stop reacting to it. Eventually, teacher's just going to get sick and tired of using the word. I mean, yeah, it is painful perhaps to that person, but the more you react to it, right, I feel like someone says something against you, if it doesn't define you as a person, try not reacting. Do not give. Sometimes silence is the best reaction, because the person might go back and think, wait, I said something to provoke you, why aren't you reacting? I expect something big. When it's nothing, eventually diorang pun akan mengalah. Dia say, malas lah aku, let me go look for something else, or let me look for new mangsa.
Yeah, let them look stupid lah, right?
Because you're feeding their ego. You're like showing them that, hey, actually, yeah, what you said is right and it's affecting me.
Talking about the K words, do you both of you like really experience people like
Yeah, I have experience.
K towards you?
Dude, actually, to be very honest, right, like within my own friends of my own race, we actually call each other that word, you know. So it's like, because it doesn't matter, it doesn't say anything. If someone were to say something bad, like, okay lah, let's say someone calls my father's name, because we growing up we've always done that, right? Use nama ayah and call, right? I got very offended when I was very young, I got offended. So my mom came and told me this. Do you know in the UK, they actually use your surname to call you. So assume that they're using your surname, they can't remember your name, they remember your surname. And another thing, they cannot remember their father's name, but remember your father's name. So be proud about it. That's another way to look at things. Actually, thanks to my mom lah. She made me see things from a very different perspective.
Thank you, Auntie. What is Auntie's name?
Kalanati.
Thank you, Kalanati, Auntie.
Thank you, Kalanati. I can't speak correctly. Okay,
And please don't butcher her name. My grandfather went through a lot to name her actually.
And we went through a lot also to pronounce it. Not we lah, you lah. But before I go to my topic, I just want to add to what she said lah, about the K word, right? I mean, I just say Indians lah, because the K word of course refer to Indian. But I think like what she said also, some people believe that you should voice out and stop making them saying the word. But to me, how I take it is, it's a very rude way of taking it. But rather than you being rude to them, you just think it this way lah. For me lah kan, if you go on like jalan kan, if you go on a road, okay, there's a cat barking at you, right? Sorry, the cat pula. Cat. Wow, my word will be different.
Cat barking at you. Wow, very scared. I'm not gonna adopt any cat after that.
Does Kelly bark actually? Does Kelly meow bark? Because now you made me think.
Actually, sorry. So let's say you jalan at Jalan Raya lah, and then there's a dog barking at you, right? You have two choices, of course. One is to take your time, chase the dog away, or do something and then make the dog go away or whatever. And another is that you just walk lah. Okay. So for me, people who are racist, who use the K word, is like the Yes, for me. So you have a choice to either buck back and make a scene there. Do you want to buck? Do you want to degrade yourself? No, right? So for me lah.
Because I think sorry to say, this sounds very racist, but if Indian were to do it in the roadside, confirm TikTok famous already.
To buck back at the dog.
No, it'll be like, because you're creating a commotion there, ma. To people, it's like, this is what Indians do lah. They're very good at creating commotions.
But yeah, for me to cut it short, it's just that for me, I take a stand of like ignorance. One day will make you feel like, even we say this, there's no reaction. Because if you say something, of course you expecting a reaction, betul tak? Because okay, for example, people who say the K word, there are a lot of people who say it on TikTok and everything. They say sorry afterward, right? And then of course like, you need to launch a police report, everything can. But if they say the K word, but you never react to it, I am pretty sure if a Malay say a K word, another Malay will come and screw you up, because we are not that racist of a country, right? Another let them do the work. You don't need to go like tell this and that. See lah, but your kid itself will come and tell you, Ma, that's the wrong way of doing it. Betul tak?
Yes.
So
Even more embrace lah.
yeah, so I think we don't need to care lah, because like what she say, after all, the word doesn't
Define who you are as a
person who say also don't know what's the reason. What's the meaning, they also don't know, right? So I think ignorance lah. But a lot of people will not agree. They will say that if you ignore, then these people will like naik kepala and all that. But for me, it's just that just ignore aja. One day they will
Because
stop.
sometimes ignorance is the best thing. Ignorance is actually bliss.
But not everyone taking the stand, so fight lor.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of feel like two ways about it lah, because my experience with the K word, right, was that I actually asked a friend of mine, and for the first time, so this guy is like very, very chill, right? And I don't know what the context was already, but I asked him like, actually, where does that K word come from? And immediately, right, there was a switch, It was like, all of a sudden it's like, bro, don't use that word, man, and blah, 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 blah. But he explained, so he was angry, but he explained to me why that word is so bad.
Did you go scared when you saw it?
I got scared. Okay. So I didn't get scared because it's like Indian, and a parang might come out or anything. In case anyone is thinking of the stereotype, but more of like because I've known him for at that point quite a while already, and he's usually quite chill, right? So until that one thing, and then I saw that switch, right? Then I was like, oh shit, like this.
The Indian in him comes out.
Oh no, like like this is like deep rooted.
Yes.
It's like a deep rooted. What's
It
that word
depends
for it?
actually where you.
Scar?
Yeah, almost like a scala of
Yeah.
that word lah, and then he did explain to me like the context of the word. So I feel like you don't want to like randomly scold people for using that
Yes.
word, but within your circles, right? Like for me, what I took away from that, right, was that okay, I now know that word is not a word that I just want to throw around, right?
But actually, even I don't know where's the root of the word. Where did it come from?
So you see, until today, I don't know what the root of the word is, but I know not to ask. Yeah, I can Google it. I probably can Google it.
I
or something,
tried
but-
asking my grandmom once. She gave me a very funny thing, so I just let's just leave it at one side. Because olden days Indians, we used to wear anklets, which has a lot of bells, right? So what sound does it make? Cling, 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 cling. Hence what? That's what she's
Isn't
told
it
me.
ching
lah.
ching ching ching?
Oh, that's
Then after you would have been known as Ching Chong.
no, that's how Chinese came about, because they carry coins in their pockets.
Yeah.
It goes ching 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 ching.
But where's the chong come from?
Huh? No, I think
His name
no.
was
So
Chong.
okay, no.
So when
So
you walk, got ching sound. So it's ching.
Understand.
no, it's like in the cartoons, right? You got the guy with the eyes like that, and then with the ponytail behind, right? And then they walk ching chong ching chong ching chong.
But also just to mention one thing lah, like what Rubee's stand and my stand, ignorance towards the K word, I think that's not applicable for everybody lah, because it really depends on what Uihua say. Their scar lah. We don't know what they went through with the K word. So maybe me and Rubee not much, so we can take the ignorance punya stand, but maybe for others not lah.
Yeah, so like I think maybe if anything for me as well, right? I will never ask anyone that question again. But even if I do, I think I really properly think about how I'm going to phrase that question rather than to just throw it out like that lah.
But you do know you can ask D or me anytime, right? We wouldn't do anything to
I
you.
just found out that you also don't know.
But it's okay, you can ask. We can always Google.
That is true. I can now Google lah, so you can probably At the point in time that when that happened, there was no Google yet.
But now we can Google since we got Uncle Google.
There was Yahoo.
During that time lah.
Yeah, it was quite a while back.
Very, very old uncle.
But you,
Very very old uncle.
you tak cerita lagi you punya
Oh,
experience.
my one. Should I say this?
Yes, you should.
In one of my school, that I went to, I mean, of course, I talk very proud about my school, my teachers. I always thank them. That's for sure. But you can't expect a place to be perfect or a person to be perfect, right? Okay. This is what I came across when I was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I was standard 4 or 5, not sure. So this teacher, I don't know what he had that day, as in like what he go through that day. He came to class. He's known to be kind of strict teacher, right? So he came to the class. While he was talking, he brought up this topic where, this is what I quote him. Do you guys know which agama is agama CURI?
Agama curi. Wah.
Agama CURI. Orang or something like that, okay? I remember it, but I don't know that exact word he say, but this is along the line of, do you guys know who is the agama yang suka curi or curi? Yang asal daripada curi lah. At that age, if you were brought up properly, that's a very odd topic. And then everyone was like, I mean, what's going on lah? Like, what's up? Like, apa benda ni, right? Because agama, when you use the word agama, it's always positive, right? So then he gave his explanation is, you can cut this word later. He said Christian because they got no native Christians. They take some Indians, some Chinese, and some from other ethnics. And he didn't stop there lah. He didn't stop there. He gave his explanation of why this is agama curi because they take this. Have you guys seen this in other agama and stuff like that? Which you see, you are a teacher. And for a fun fact, I actually learned to do something. I don't want to say what because I'm giving more information about him. But I learned something big in my life because of him. I have a very huge respect on him. But that's the day that I realized whoever you respect, whoever it is, right? Even though it's your idol or whatever, don't follow bulat-bulat lah. You should have your own rationality lah. Because that was like
A wake up slap for you?
Huh?
A wake up slap like, hey,
It's
people
not
actually
a wake
human.
up slap. I mean, when I was there, I was already thinking about like, dude, you're a teacher. When you do this, they're gonna have at least 2 or 3 people following you, right? Gonna carry this, and you're doing it at a school. It's a sekolah kebangsaan. It's a place like you inject some good stuff to the student. You do that at a school, dude. I was like, if this teacher, okay, just assume that teacher is 30 lah maximum, then he gonna be teaching what, another 30 years? If you do this one time in one class, so how many students gonna follow him already? You get what I mean? So I think like a teacher that we agung-agungkan that kind of job, right? Because it's not a easy job to do, right? Because you of course have a job, of course you have a choice to study that and then be a star in your industry, but then you choose to train others. But you train it that way, I feel like it's really a wake up call for me. And to be honest, right, I think when I have a kid, I will check on him every day lah. If there is this kind of thing is being spread in school, because this is very, very serious. I don't know whether you guys agree with me or not, but this is very, very not ethical, shouldn't do, and is total nonsense for me lah.
Yeah, because I think children in that age, if you're in primary, right, that is when they're learning things. So when you inject things like this, they are going to take your word like it's gospel from God, because at that point of time you are actually God, since you are imparting knowledge. So they're going to say, oh, my teacher had studied so hard, he became this person to stand in this place. So what he has given me is the truth and only the truth. But if they grow up and they learn to unlearn what they have learned, it's a different story. But what if they hold on to it like it was a holy word from God himself.
Exactly. And then we have our parents saying that, oh, listen to teachers, correct? Always our parents say, listen to teacher. Is there any parents say, don't listen to teacher? When your parents say that, and then if let's say the kid like thought, okay, maybe that's correct, maybe he's talking about some history, I hope he don't become a history teacher. Then I don't know how he gonna rewrite our history, but
The Renaissance age goes, bro.
It would be worse if he was a history teacher.
yes. And I feel like now I understand why Malaysia got racism case lah.
Because of people like that. You're influenced by people like that.
Yeah.
No,
But
because
which makes me wonder what the teacher went through to have that kind of perception of a particular religion per se.
You guys agree if I said that kids in primary school is the most racist people?
In a way, yeah, because they are vulnerable. You see, they're taking examples from the television. And like it or not, parents are actually exposing kids to social media at an age which is too young actually. Like our time, or at least my time, I remember 5 o'clock, we are actually out playing. Nowadays kids, 5 o'clock, what they do? Ma, na phone ma, please. I dah habis kerja sekolah. Because parents are too busy these days to actually check on their kids. Like my time, even if it was not my mother, my babysitter took it onto herself. Moment I come back from school, she gives me a shower. She's actually asking me, what happened in school today? What did you learn? Did your friends bully you for money? Or whatever not? She wants to know. So what happens is, I think kids just absorb what they see around them these days because there's so many racial content which they cannot comprehend actually. So they just think, oh, it's a funny word, let me just throw it around. It's only when they grow up, if they have that thing to just wake up and realize, then it's a different story. But a lot of people are still continuously sleeping even as adults. They just follow, oh no, it's nothing. I'm just saying it's a joke lah, bro. It's just a joke, Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you as a kid, right? You learn from the people around you, lah, whether it's from your parents or otherwise. I mean, if you have 5 kids of different races, right, and if nobody kacau them, they will get along just fine.
Yeah,
one.
very true.
If you put them all on an island, right, they'll probably all grow up and it will all be fine. So, where are all these things coming from? It's either from the parents or from
Media
or environment. Actually, I don't think it's media.
When I say media, it's more of social media because actually when you really look at it, especially me lah, when I'm watching a video on TikTok, for example, I'm actually not really paying attention to the words or what they're saying. I go to the comments and see what's there. So kids are also maybe prone to doing that. Like, hey, malas aku nak tengok. Let's see, because it's very entertaining. Looking at the comments because people are bantering with each other, So they might pick up a certain word from that without knowing the essence of what the word means.
I'm not saying that I'm also doing the racist thing, but eventually also did lah, but not directly, but supporting others people lah. Kids mah. don't blame me. Okay, so during my primary school, there's only one Indian person lah, one Indian student, which is sebaya kita orang. And then during perhimpunan, which is we're gonna baca doa, and then he's the only one that tak angkat tangan lah untuk baca doa. And then my friend, not my friend lah, I can say that someone that I know, he just at his ear and just said Amin, Amin, something like that lah. And then very bad. And then after that, the next perhimpunan pula, which is like next week ke apa, I stand behind the Indian person lah. And then he asked me to do it also. Macam, what the fuck, man? But I don't know why, I also did that just one time lah. Yeah. But very stupid lah. And then the most shocking thing is, during our UPSR punya result, nak ambil result ni, so during that time ada parents yang datang lah kan, ada parents datang, teman. And I'm very shocked to see that actually the Indian person is a Muslim. His parents come, mak datang bertudung lah. So macam very shocked, mamak ke rupanya kan. So macam budak yang bully tu tak ada point lah buat benda macam tu sebenarnya.
So it's just like he got blessings. It's like he got blessings without even praying.
No wonder he didn't get offended.
It's like
I never got offended because primary school, I was the only Indian kid who would actually recite all the doas, doa belajar, doa makan, and I knew it by heart. Even my door, I can remember door belajar till today. So, and if you hear me sometimes in the office, sometimes you go, you can hear me saying words. So it's like, to me, if you just look at it as blessings, it's blessings.
Understand?
So when someone goes to me like, even my friends used to say, kau ni memang kena masuk Islam ni. Because during moral class, I point I'll go and sit in the surah with my teacher, my ustazah. So she'll be like, what are you doing here? Learning lah. What to do about moral is boring. 36 nilai. What am I going to do?
I betul-betul wondering apa you guys buat during the
Nothing.
moral.
Just hafal 36 nilai, which your parents should have taught you growing up
It's
already.
not 36 nilai.
36.
It's 36 nilai and then got all the sub nilai some more.
Forget that lah, the definition and everything you're talking about, right? Okay,
Come
fine.
on, bro. Talk about the truth. I remember 6 and then I reshuffle for all the questions. Hey, come on.
Same.
30, you forget. You only remember 6.
No wonder I got a C. I only can remember 4.
You should remember 6.
It's like everyone is like hormat kepada don't know what ibu bapa
Yeah,
guru orang tua.
kasih sayang, ikhlas and all those things. I only remember, for me, I remembered keywords. Then okay, just use this.
So
Goreng
just
after that.
So do you guys agree that if, during SK they have like pendidikan Islam? Do you guys want and agree that they should have put pendidikan Hindi ke pendidikan?
There's no pendidikan Hindi because Hindi is a language.
Oh sorry, Hindu. Just
Pendidikan Hindu, I think it is very difficult to have it because first and foremost, as Hindus, I don't think Hindus themselves understand what Hinduism is in the context. Because Hinduism, if you ask me, the way I look at it, it is not a religion, it's more of a way of life, it's science itself. So it's like, for example, like Hindu practices such as washing your leg with turmeric after coming from a funeral, it's actually antiseptic. It's antibacterial. So it's science. It has nothing to do, oh no, ghost is going to come behind you, stuff like that. And growing up, my grandmother, she always has this one stupid practice. Mindy, already make sure you wipe your back. If not, the bad energy is going to come and grab you first. And I like to wipe my face first. But growing up, when I was reading something, that thing actually popped up. It's nothing to do with bad energy or what. It's just that your spine is very, very thin. The skin layer towards your spine is quite thin. So the more water vapor you tahan, it's going to like kena absorb. You're going to be more prone to colds. No, more silsema. Because India last time, they don't have proper hygiene stuff, ma. It's very difficult to go to clinics and all before independence and all those things, kan? So best way is prevention is better than cure. Wipe first there. Front anything happens.
I think for me, hopefully I'm not going to kena tahan by police, but I don't particularly agree with the teaching of other, like multiple religions in the school lah. Purely because I think as what Rubee said, there are different
ways of looking at
religion. There are different practices as well. So even if you look at Buddhism, for example, right, you have got Mahayana and all the other ones. So it's all different beliefs. Even Christianity also, there are different
ways of praying,
different chabangs lah, right, and all that, right. So and also maybe because I am not very confident of the education system, where it was going to end up teaching like a particular way and you just end up following.
It's like this experience lah with the teacher then.
Yeah, in a way lah, like
ajaran sesat.
I feel like once you institutionalize something, right, it will always end up being this very weird thing and it may not even benefit you in the end. So it's like moral, right? Like I don't think anybody will leave school, an old lady fall down in front of them and then they will help them up and go like ikhlas. There's no way you do it because
macam ikhlas. Keyword dia je. Keyword untuk ikhlas.
Yeah.
Baik hati dengan tulang.
Baik hati. So you do it because it's you
Teaching
were
you as a human, I guess.
as a human being, or because you were brought up with the right values and something. It's not something that you can memorize and learn and teach. No, sorry, you can learn and teach, but not in that way lah.
A bit different from what Uihua say lah. I mean, for example, before that, you mean like when you like make a thing like this is how you teach Buddhism or Hinduism or whatever,
correct. As part of the curriculum, so different from like no, not sekolah. Okay, sekolah agama is one, but also like the extracurricular activities where you got like the Persatuan Buddha, Persatuan Hindu, and all that. That's different.
You mean that is okay?
That
or?
is okay. That is okay because that is people who want to learn and they get together and they will learn.
Okay.
But this is when, just because you are Hindu, right? You go and study Hindu.
You're coerced
Just
into
because
it.
you are Buddha, you go study Buddha.
Okay. Understood. That one I got no comment. But if it's language alone,
I think they should have language classes too.
I think if it's language alone, for example, like class Jawi or class, Tamil or Mandarin kan, then I think it should be like what you was say, because when you make it like an institute, this is how you learn Buddhism, this is how you learn Hinduism, of course it also macam they might have a debate and everything, but also I think maybe need, because it's like how we study film kan. Ultimately, after we study film, we used to study film. After you study film, theory, everything, right? At the end, you know what they will say? The ultimate, you know what they will say? There's no right or wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, there's no right or wrong.
But that actually doesn't mean that we shouldn't learn, because only when we learn, for you to know there's no right or wrong. Of course, there's no right or wrong, but there's nice or not nice.
Yeah.
So I think the religion wise, I'm not sure, but I think if language, then I hope it's a must lah for Tamil students to learn
And
Tamil.
going back to Dee's comment, right? I think the education system should allow students to actually pick the languages they want to learn. Just because I'm Tamil doesn't mean I want to learn Tamil. Maybe I would want to learn Mandarin because I'm already speaking Tamil at home. I would love to learn Jawi back again. It was very weird for me because in 98 when I was in standard 1, God, I just let my age out, shucks. Okay, so when I was in standard 1, we actually had class Jawi. Standard 2, they phased it out, and I was enjoying the Alif, Bata and all those things, and finally I was like, yay, standard 2, we're going to learn more stuff. And then my teacher comes and says, oh no, we're only going to be doing Jawi during AGAMA class. And I was like, what the hell, man? I thought I had an added
This
that.
during standard 1? Standard 1, you already cursed what the hell, man. Wow.
My parents just use words. You see, this is why I said it's very important to be very careful around children, because they pick up things and sometimes it's very difficult for them to say, oh no, it's bad.
Imagine your kid coming and say, hey, basuh pinggan apa? What the
hell, man? What the hell? Yourself, man. What the hell?
This is true story, but I think this is in a way related, not related to race, but related to primary school kids being the most racist, right? It's like you're the most racist, but you don't. But it's not because you're racist, it's because you pick up the things, right? So when I was 4 or 5, my grandfather secretly taught me a lot of really, really bad words in Hokkien. And I decided, apparently, I don't remember this, I have no memory of this, but apparently I decided to recite each and every single one of them in a lift in Singapore.
In a lift
in Singapore.
In
Singapore, going up I don't know, I think it was 4 or 5 stories, right? And I was just blah 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 blah. All these really, really horrible Chinese bad words, right?
Because
coming out of my
you,
mouth.
Singaporean hate Malaysia. I know why. Because of you.
And my parents were just like, oh my god. Also, on another note, are you all being racist towards me right now?
Why?
Why, huh?
I just realized you put the yellow pillow next to me.
Because your banana?
Yeah, racist.
Wait, I don't think so. We put the yellow pillow. We put both the pillow. Wait, you are 60-40, right? You took that pillow. You took that pillow. This falls under the 60% category,
Yeah,
man.
because I sit wherever you want.
Or maybe because I was sitting here before he came in?
You took the 60% quota today.
Alamak, I shot myself in the foot.
Alright, since you guys talk about the racist joke, how do you guys take and do racist joke? I mean, we talk about it, but can you guys tell to the audience again so that easy for me to edit?
What, you mean tell a racist joke?
No.
How we deal or how do we practice racist joke?
I think it boils down to where and when are you doing it and in front of who. If you know somebody, okay, for example, I'm Tamil, I would love to diss my own race, but is the person opposite me going to take the joke as a joke, or are they going to take it personally? Because I do not want to ruin a friendship or a relationship just because of a stupid joke. So it boils down to who are in front of you. Maybe you could be in front of the older generation, who can't comprehend this kind of jokes. They might take it off, and then you will have family feud there, and you might get disowned on Deepavali morning. It almost happened to me, bro.
I was going to say that sounded like a real experience.
I am a fan of stand-up comedies. I go to a lot of stand-up comedies, and then after Uihua became my boss, I go to a lot of theatres also. Theatre shows. I think if your joke, there's a angling lah. Like certain jokes is not angle in a way that it will trigger people, but it will angle in a way of you realizing, oh, actually I'm an Indian, I actually do that.
Yeah.
I am actually a Chinese, I actually do that. You get what I mean? Okay, for example, you are saying like, if for example, we are counting and then Uihua count it in the wrong way, and then I say, who is the Chinese here, me or you? That's fine lah.
Yeah.
Takkan lah somebody say, oh, how come you can say Chinese is good in maths? Then like what you were saying, that tells about that person.
Yeah, how dare you assume I am good at math just because I am Chinese?
Right. So I think it's about angling lah. If you angle it in a way that is inclusive, like we all know, all these people are like that, then it's about a good trait, then it's fine. That's fine. Even though I would say it's a racist joke lah, it's still a racist joke,
Yes.
but it's just that it brings a positive connection to it lah. Okay, other than if you go and say like, this happened now, this one should be the Malays or the Indians or Chinese, then you memang gila lah. Don't say like that lah, kan. So I think it's about angling, and actually when you angle it properly, it actually unites everybody.
Yeah.
Better.
I think it's this whole thing about like, when it comes to comedy, right? Like, it's not racist joke because Malaysia is memang, made up of multiple races. So it just becomes another topic. Like, it's like just because I make I write a sketch, right? Let's say about a guy and a girl, it doesn't mean that I'm sexist. It's because
He's a
like,
guy.
I'm going to rap about a donkey and a cat, and then try to pretend that they're human.
There's a very good thing that Uihua say, we are made out of multiple races so that we make fun of like, that thing that we always embrace about, kan? That's a good thing. Look at the US, very poor, have to take people from outside to make fun. They make fun of Russians, Italians. I mean, because they are, multiracial in that way, so they make fun of that. Like, we are multiracial in this way, so it's okay to make fun, but angle it properly lah.
Yeah.
I think it's also how our like this reminded me. You actually triggered something when I was working in my old place.
I triggered something good
Yeah,
or
good. My best friend actually, when I was working, the population
You was
of the
working,
office
now
was
you're not working at Chilisos.
old place lah, bro.
You pretend.
I agree.
He's gonna make me forget the story. Okay, so 80% of the office population were Chinese.
You counted, wow.
I was the only Indian. There was only 2 Indians.
You do the calculation?
3 Malays. It's just like that lah. Okay. So my best friend is actually a Chinese. So when we're gonna go out for lunch, she sits adjacent to me, So I always go, hey China, where you wanna eat? And then she's like, the usual mixed race place where you wanna go lah. So my boss will turn and now who's the real China here? You or she? Because wherever you wanna go makan, I'm always like, can we go mixed race and Chinese mixed race? I'll drive. Let's just go there. So it's like I call her China, but I'm more China than her.
But do you guys think Malaysia are doing enough on educating people about racism?
No.
Malaysia as a whole?
Malaysia, the government, the people itself.
Definitely not the government.
Yeah.
Because
Why do you say that?
you can look at it, I don't know if you guys going to delete this or not, but political views. The politicians are racist themselves. When you see the ceramah when it comes to elections and all, right? They are blatantly being racist. And sometimes it's like, you just wonder how can they be a member of parliament to represent a certain constituency or the state itself. Because if you don't believe in equality, you don't look at every race as just plain humans who are in need that you need to help. What makes you think that you're going to be a good leader and you could actually impart goodness when you yourself are so corrupt on the inside? So yeah, my 2 cents. Peace.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to add on like that's government side, like maybe other than like maybe the people.
The people itself.
Yeah, part of okay. People are also people as in us
General
humans.
publics.
Okay,
Say
so
public.
you see, there's another part where I think I can't see so much of the older generation being racist is one thing, but I think part of our generation also macam tu tau. Because this is something I experienced growing up in a rural area. You expect them to have more racism because it's like for example Muslims, right? You have the halal and non-halal thing and all. So you expect them to come and like check, makanan kau halal ke tak halal? But growing up, I never had to face it until I was 16 actually. Because we Malay, Indian, Chinese, we sit together, we can makan. The Malay friend will come and just say, what are you having today? Mother cook, let me just take. Tak pernah, But after I shifted schools when I was 16, that was the first time someone actually came up to me and like, is your food halal or not? Where did your mother buy the chicken? I was like, whoa, this is something new. So I came out to my mom and I was like, did we ever face this when I was growing up? She said no. And it was till date, right? That thing has actually rooted on me. And when I went for a holiday at Sabah, and I saw how people are all like, they can even, Malays are eating in non-halal shops. They're cool about it and all those things. Indians also, like nothing, It was like, I told my best friend, this actually reminds me of childhood. How I grew up. So what comes back to that is, it's not about whether you orang ulu ke, orang bandar ke, where you come from. It's just that how you have been brought up and how you have been conditioned. It's how your parents have imparted their beliefs on you, and whether it comes back to us, if it's our generation, are we going to break those stereotypical beliefs if it doesn't serve a purpose? Like halal and non-halal, I understand because it's religion. But other things like the K word and all those things, is it making you a better human? What is it? How is it adding value to your life? If it doesn't add value, unlearn it, give respect, take respect. Because eventually you're going to only lose friends. Someone comes up with me a K word, I might laugh to your face, but behind I'll be like, I don't want to see your face anymore, bro. I might smile, but my face actually shows a lot of reaction. So if you know my face, my mouth might be shut up, but my face says a million things.
When we say K word, it's not KK mat. When we say K word, it's a racist word.
Yeah, it actually has a very famous kuih also.
Yeah.
Kellogg's.
That is
It's
American,
Kellogg's,
bro.
Now it proves that he studied at US. We go local KK mat. I don't know what is
Kellogg's. Kenny Loggins.
You mean Kenny Rogers?
Kenny Rogers. Yeah,
Well,
Kenny
you know
Loggins.
there is only certain brand that we can afford with our salary, right? You know that, right?
No, it looks like we need to ask for a raise every day.
K-Fry.
Well, K-Fry once in a while lah. 3 months once can consider.
None of these are sponsored, by the way.
I've never had K-Fry in my
It
life.
is- okay, again, not sponsored, but K-Fry is really good.
Then you should buy it for me,
No.
since you earn more than me.
Okay, see, that's not being racist. That is just being elitist right now.
So, your take.
I think it's always a case of the intentions are right, but the execution is wrong. I think every single plan that I've seen, I mean, we're not talking about like on the ground stuff, right? We're talking about like government related stuff, right? It's like the intention has always been there, but it's like it doesn't boil down because at the end of the day, I feel like race is still a very important political trump card to use. So like for example, you have got things like One Malaysia, like it's very it's a nice tagline, right? Like One Malaysia, kita satu Malaysia, don't care what race or whatever, right? Or
We use One Malaysia already. We have to use Malaysia Madani, by the way.
Well, I mean, even it's the same thing there. Like,
But I think satu Malaysia is better than Malaysia Madani.
Yeah, actually, to be very frank, that
I
brought
think
more-
what they are saying is aside from the politic and also the
From-
leadership is the concept.
It's the concept.
Yes.
No, okay, so in the sense of I feel like since we brought up Madani and all that, right? Madani as a concept actually makes more sense than One Malaysia because it looks like it wants to break down things like execution. We don't know lah, but One Malaysia is one of those things that it will always remind me of the tourism Malaysia videos, like the Indian in the sari, the Chinese fella in the samfu, and the Malay in the baju kurung or whatever, right? And then we're all going la 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 la, Malaysia is great, that's how it always feels like to me. But at the end of it, when the cameras are off, right, what are we really doing, lah? And then I've unfortunately written too many stories where you see like leaked government documents. I can't remember. It was like the JPAM one, right, where it's supposed to be a government body that is supposed to be looking at unity among races, right? But they are the ones in their own slides, right? Making all these like weird assumptions about other races. So that is the bad side of it. But then sometimes when you look at it down at the end of it, right, on the ground, like I feel it's more of an in-group, out-group thing, right? Like if I'm friends with you, I don't really look at race so much, right? But there are some people I know that somehow I don't know how the mental gymnastics work. Like I can have an Indian friend, but I don't like Indians. But because he is my friend, I don't see him as Indian.
Huh?
Yeah. I don't know how that works. I really have no idea how that works, but I know people
so
like
when
that.
people ask, hey, your friend is a what? He's my friend. He's a what? He's my friend.
Yeah, he's my friend.
No, he's my friend. I don't care. He's my friend.
my friend. Yeah, he's my friend. But you know what? But at the end of the day, I feel like that's where these things start, because once you start to know more and more races and learn more about them, right? We don't need a catchy government slogan, or we don't need moral classes or anything, right, to teach us how to get along.
Yes.
Yeah, please phase out the stupid moral class though.
I agree.
It didn't help me. It's not helping me. I'm still a shitty person.
Yeah, face up moral class and vernacular schools.
And honestly, after I joined Chili Sauce, this is my first time I have a Chinese friend, Indian friend. So I'm very blessed to join this company lah.
Wait.
Are you trying for something?
You went for an Indian wedding before, say school friend.
Not so close lah.
Acquaintance, bro. Acquaintance.
Yeah, just classmate lah. Never talk. But
Oh, so good.
Oh, never talk, but still.
Never talk, but he invite you.
Confirm one
yeah,
on
she
call.
invited the whole class lah.
Oh, she,
yeah.
So
but
nice.
She's but she talked with my wife lah.
She talked with your wife. Oh, okay.
Not me lah. Yeah.
That's the day Alifwan asked. It says this time. What time should I go for Indian wedding?
Yeah, that's my first time I attend a Indian wedding, and that's also my first time attend a night wedding, and I don't know what specific time should I come. And
Always 10 minutes before they finish the entire ceremony.
Yeah, actually, and what attire I should wear. But ternyata I wear baju
Melayu?
No, baju batik, because I don't know what to wear. And then after the wedding event end, and then tomorrow I come to office and I ask D, Indian's wedding memang pasang lagu kuat-kuat ke?
Memang bro. Why do you think we go 10 minutes before they actually tie the tali? Just nice tie tali, give the angpao, and then you go makan.
Yeah. Ternyata,
God,
during the wedding, I asked my wife, kuatnya lagu diorang. That's our first time.
Our acoustics are very loud.
Okay. So, but it's a good experience. It's good food there.
Yeah, the food.
And yeah.
Because we like to play with drums.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons, and also
Yeah.
that
But I haven't finished yet. We like to play with people's eardrum.
I didn't see that coming.
Very nice. I understand.
You can laugh. This is not a racist joke.
I'm just trying to get the drum song out of my head now.
So will you take me to your theatre?
Huh? Can come on, you buy ticket, you come.
I will write for you on script.
That's what he said last year.
Busy.
Yeah, you slump him a lot with a lot of work. How is he supposed to write? You give him a lot of work.
It's a nice variation. You do something else.
Well, that leads to our second topic.
Work level. Segue.
But what's your
Oh, okay. So I will try to not sound like a politician, but okay. From the government side, I feel like well, of course, we cannot say which government did better in overcoming racism, stuff like that, because I felt like the One Malaysia was good because that was the direction that they were going for. That's the issue that they tried to address at that time. But now when we talk about Malaysia Madani, that they have their own thing that they want to do lah. Okay, so besides that, I think we have this Kementerian Perpaduan, if I'm not mistaken, Kementerian Perpaduan, right? Yeah, Kementerian Perpaduan, who is in charge of all this perpaduan stuff and so on. But like what Uihua mentioned, touched a little bit on that. we can't, stop this thing by laying out 150 slides which explain what Malaysians are, how you should, obey their custom and so on. The best thing that we can do is that create more situations where interracial engagements can go. For example, like sekolah kebangsaan or whatever, or like what Uihua say, there are groups of people who are racist, but then for example, let's say I don't like people of your your ethnic, but then when you became my friend, I like you but not your people. Then when I became friend with another guy, I like him but not the rest. So when this we give more option for this kind of people to be friends with more people from other race, right? It's going to be healthy. One day they're going to realize, wait, there is no Indian left for me to hate. They are all my friends now, for example. So I think government side, I won't say they are not doing enough. I want people to understand. I'm not backing the current government or the previous government or the government going to come or the government bayangan. I'm not backing them, but I want us to understand, when we critique government for not doing enough, right, it's not going to be enough. Because it's a social engagement that's going to go out throughout. It's not going to stop anywhere, right? Until the world ends. It's going to continuously go. So the ideology going to be passed here and there and everything. It's a continuous effort. That's what I'm trying to say. So we can't say whether enough or not enough. But like what Uihua say, the way you tackle it, definitely an issue that we need to talk. But is it enough? Is it not enough? I think it needs to be continuous. That's the only thing that we can do. So that's for the government side. But for the people side, I think it's all boils down to parenting. Because I feel like I'm quite a patriotic guy lah. But that's definitely, it's not because like, oh, I am a child of Malaysia, no, not like that.
Yeah, he's very patriotic.
It's purely because of my dad and my mom. That's how they raised me lah. They say like, even though of course my grandfather come from India lah, but then if you ask me, it's as simple as, if you respect Malaysia, you will eventually not become racist. If you respect Malaysia, you will eventually not become racist. Because Malaysia is about what? Food, right? If I talk about food, I can't go a month without eating your Malay food, betul tak? You can go through like a life without eating a daun pisang punya makanan, betul tak? So I felt like if we tell enough that that's what we known for, and then I think that's good already lah. So I think it's for government side, it should be a continuous effort, but on our side, we need to tell kids that, you know what, that difference is what makes us special lah. We need to emphasize on that lah. The difference is what makes us special, and it's okay if your friend, like, for example, like, they can do certain things, they cannot do certain things because of the religion stuff. That's okay. We don't need to like say like, apa kau ni pun tak boleh.
Tak best lah.
Yeah, so I think if, like, for example, and also like for example lah kan, if I want to offer you something, of course in my head I've been taught this way. In my head, I need to know whatever I'm offering you is halal, man. If it's not halal, I won't offer lah. Like for example, that day I brought some Chinese cookies. I know it's not halal one, so I just say, bro, sorry, I cannot offer this to you because it's not halal.
So then you bring something not halal to the office, so I cannot eat.
I eat to me lah. I didn't go to in front of him like.
What the hell you doing the chicken with us? This one racist, eat chicken in front of me and shit without giving us.
So yeah lah. But I also hope that Malays and Chinese also always let Indian also know if that thing have like beef meat lah. Because I've been like in this kedai mama once. I order nasi goreng USA. Okay, USA, which some people say is actually supposed to be udang sotong ayam.
Should be.
Yeah, okay. So but I didn't know that shop put beef in it lah. So when he come to me, I say politely lah, I say, bang, sorry bang, saya tak boleh makan ni. So when he go and give that to the kakak at the back, you know what the kakak shouted? The kakak say, kalau korang tak makan beef korang baik cakap dengan aku awal-awal lah. Kalau tak, aku sumbat juga makan dengan korang. I wanted to turn and I wanted to ask, akak sumbat sekarang saya nak tengok. But that time I was actually wearing one team baju lah, so I'm representing them. So I didn't say anything because at the moment I turned, the waiter come in front of me. They say, sorry bro, sorry, they tengah stress kot. Just like that. So I think check with people is not an issue lah. Just check, because if they don't need that, then it's fine.
Yeah, actually, one thing I think we often forget, right, is to tell people that there's beef in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope there is equal amount of importance from not only I'm not only telling about Malay, from Malaysian actually. If there is beef, just check with your Indian friends if they makan or not, and also check with actually Chinese friends, because
Chinese,
there are also Chinese who don't take beef. So this is what I learned lah. So I think dietaries and all this, if we check more. But yeah, again I learned because I friend with a lot of Chinese and all that. So I hope we have more of that setting lah, where we can, engage with more people from other ethnic.
Okay, before we end our podcast, we're gonna have a sketch session, which is, the situation is Alif, Uihua and Rubee are lepaking at warung, and the racist D comes into the scene, insulting us being one Malaysia. How will they encounter the racist D?
Wait, I need to be racist.
The rule is each one of macam we need to speak lah. I mean like you speak and then I speak. We cannot like cross each other person. Okay, 3, 2, 1, action. We are lepaking at warung.
Okay.
Talk to us.
So how was work today?
I work today very hard lor. I do engineering very hard work one ho.
60%.
Sedap ke you punya Maggi goreng?
This Maggi goreng very nice ha. After one long day of working it's the most delicious fill my stomach.
Very nice.
But you everyday eating Maggi goreng not good for your stomach lor.
Where got such a thing? MSG make your body more strong.
No wonder his hair white, Alif.
Then the racist D comes.
என்ன ரூபி இவனுங்க கூட பேசிட்டு இருக்க? You say be racist, so I talk in Tamil.
Uihua, why is this guy come to us and speak Tamil?
யாரலாம் வெல்ல முடியாது இருக்கான்?
Can you ask Rubee what is he saying?
Rubee. What he say ha?
Did he?
Someone speaks to me in Tamil when I'm out with friends. What he say? He asked why I with you guys. So now I mean to go mother tongue or speak in English?
You have to speak in English lah, because I can speak English. He also can.
Can.
Actually can you speak English? I also don't know.
Okay. I can speak. Sorry. I'm like racist. Saya boleh cakap English dan Melayu. Saya boleh cakap English dan Melayu. Kenapa awak tanya saya macam tu?
Sebab saya nak inclusive. So as long as everybody can speak one language, kita okay.
Ya, kita bagus.
Bagus.
Diversity.
So to answer that racist question, if I don't talk to them, who to talk to? Humans, right? Not that I'm talking to orangutans.
Why you come here and kacau us? Go away lah.
Oh, that's the most kasar go away I had in my life.
No.
we are having our good time here, being satu Malaysia.
Wah, good time. You rosakkan my people.
What? How to rosakkan? Wait, never put in fridge or what? Rosak.
It okay. We are at a mamak. I know the best way to get rid of him.
Food?
Teh tarik dua.
Wait, why are you at Mama?
We are at mamak, right?
How you eat curry? It's spicy.
Chinese people eat very spicy one. You never heard of Hai Di
You
Lao?
always claim it's curry, put santan inside.
Then put what?
Put curry powder.
I just follow my mother's recipe.
But it's curry. You should follow my mother's recipe.
Your mom lah, not my mom.
This is how you would actually react in a real
Hey,
situation.
be intellectual. This is a sketch This is not meta.
Rubee, can you tell him to go away? I don't want him here.
In mother tongue?
Up to you lah.
Yalah.
தயவு செஞ்சு உங்க வேலையை பார்த்துட்டு போறீங்களா?
Oh, dia cakap kau tak ada otak.
Rubee, why you say him like that?
Tak apa.
Only brainless people
Jangan
say
jangan
that.
percaya dia. Percaya kawan kita.
Oh yeah, betul.
Dia bukan kawan, dia lawan. Saya kawan.
Go away lah.
Maybe you want to join us and then we all become kawan.
You want roti canai or not?
Kenapa
goyang?
awak berfikir kami jahat?
Sebab itu saya ada cakap sama itu cikgu sekolah saya.
It's okay. We all can join together like Ali, Mutu, Ahok and Rubee.
Why Rubee you never change your name?
Kamini.
Kamini? Okay. Luckily you never go something like Priya is okay. Even simpler.
Or maybe can modern a bit Lakisha
Lucky Cheah.
if you want.
I don't know anything.
But she is Rubee for us.
Okay lah, if like that, we have a cawan of teh tarik so that we all can be kawan.
Do you know what masala chai? So we don't have masala at all.
Racist. I be Malaysian. She want masala chai, not inclusive. She want the Indian one.
Wow. So right now everyone being racist already lah.
Yeah. Okay, this is sketch. I'm not.
I think somehow I was also quite racist.
Alright, thank you guys for this episode. We're gonna see you guys in the next episode. And put your thoughts in the comment section. Share this video, like this video, and bye.
And if you laugh at any of this, you are also racist.
We all do. And also for the people who's now wondering, let me go type a racist comment down there. I find your house later.
With parang.
Ah.
Bye.